Hello, everybody. I'm Mickey. I'm not your mama's minister. I'm so sorry. I know I apologize every time I make a new video because I'm so fucking lazy about making new videos. And which it's so surprising because I love to talk. Um, so today I thought I'd talk about a movie that I just watched recently, and it was called The Spy Who Dumped Me. Now, the fact is I love the two main actresses, so absolutely love them. And so that was the first reason that I watched it. I just put it on because I was like, go ahead and watch it. Usually comedies are not my thing, but action films are, and spy films, I love those. And I love even more when it is just your average Jane or John Doe that gets involved in this type of action inadvertently for whatever reason. Like, I love the film Red with Helen Mirren, the great Helen Mirren, and then Bruce Willis, fellow Piscean there. And so I love those films where it shows that there is something going on. I forgot to put my phone on silent. Sorry again. So there's something going on, and there's some sort of spy or some sort of international intrigue, and then some average person gets involved and gets sucked into it, and they find that not only are they capable of a lot more than they thought that they were, but also that there's a huge big world out there with all sorts of things that they never would have experienced had they not jumped on that wave and just kind of ridden that wave when these incidents occurred with them, or when they got kind of sucked into or dragged into these adventures, or these in some cases super duper scary violent things. So anyway, one of the things that I love about action films and these kind of spy action films, especially when there's some comedy thrown in there, um, is I really love. Okay, my number one love is the action. I do love action films, but one of the things that I love about these types of films that kind of drag the average person into this type of life or this type of moment is that really is so telling, having to do with just life in general. Because let's face it, most of us, myself included, and I don't like to plan anything, but we get into our heads, we get these things into our heads of, this is going to be the direction that I'm going to go. This is my end result that I want, and so this is how I'm going to do it. Step one, step two, step three, and then the subcategories under that. And so most of us do that. And so when our plans get thrown, into turmoil or chaos, then we end up sitting there going, kind of like shutting down. We sit there and we say, oh, well, fuck this shit. This is not what I planned at all. I'm stepping out of this. I'm going back to my original path, and fuck y'all, I'm going home. And the problem with that, and yes, there are certain situations, if somebody's trying to drag you into something that is going to get you injured, or your loved ones hurt, or something that is going to hurt other people, that some sort of criminal behavior or something like that, then you definitely want to rethink that, of course, because what's the big rule is, don't be a cunt to other people, don't be a douchebag to other people, and so, and don't be a douchebag to yourself. So yeah, if it's something that is not going to be mutually beneficial or spiritually beneficial for yourself, then it is definitely one of those things that you need to rethink. But in a lot of these cases in film, of course, even though it is one of those situations where, yes, I could get hurt or something like that, it's definitely one of those things where you're asking yourself, but what if you say no? What are you missing out on if you say no? And I know we've talked about this before, and I write about it frequently, and that is that, why in the world would you want to turn away a chance that, or an opportunity, or something that's been laid in your path, when you don't know? Is there something in the universe that is pushing you towards this? Is this, and I really liked the end of the movie The Spy Who Dumped Me because of that, because it showed that these gals who were kind of just going through their lives, kind of just doing their thing, they ended up being really, really good at the spy shit. And so, and of course, that's the, I think it's the end cutscene, if I remember right. And so, or not cutscene, but you know what I mean. And so, um, we often have this energetic push to stay on track or to stay on path or to stay on task. And so we don't stop and we don't think, but wait a second, what if this is supposed to happen? What if this is supposed to drop into my lap and kind of say, hey, Mickey, wake the fuck up. Look at what opportunities are coming towards you. And you're sitting there going, oh, but it's safer right here, wrapped up in my blankie. And so when we have those moments where those moments are, and I'm not talking about those people who are trying to drag you off of your path. For example, if you want to go into underwater basket weaving and your sisters are telling you, no, that's ridiculous. You'll never make a living off of that. Well, sometimes that's not the 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 end all be all. I mean, the only thing that I want to do in life is do the spiritual stuff. I would love to just 100% support myself doing the readings and the weddings and the funerals and the counseling and all of that's the mojos. I would love to do that 100% support myself. But I can't right now. Not only the economy, but I don't have a large enough client base. And that's fine because I still work a muggle job, a normal job, a mundane job, just to go ahead and pay my bills and have health insurance and things like that. And so, yes, I still want you to be driven towards your dreams. I want you to stay focused on your dreams and not think that you have to give up your dreams for somebody else. However, I also want you to look at the possibility that when hubby says to you, oh my gosh, I got offered this job in Japan, and so I would like to take it, babe. What do you think? And then you're like, fuck that shit. I don't want to live in Japan. Well, how do you know that that opportunity isn't just for your husband, but also for you? And so make sure that you're weighing that, whether you have to read for yourself, whether you have to go see a reader, whether you have to analyze, okay, what are the possible outcomes of this? What if I stay? What if I don't stay? Can we handle a long distance relationship? Can we do this for a couple of years and see how it happens? That's the thing, is that even though there are extreme situations in the films, these adventure spy films, it doesn't take away from the fact that that's also very pertinent in our lives. We might not have those extreme things. It might not be that, sexy, sexy spy guy is going to show up at your social security office and sweep you off your feet. And actually, he showed up at her house, didn't he? Yeah, he did. In Red. I'm talking about Red. And so, I'm not saying something like that is going to happen. That's very unrealistic and unlikely. However, what could happen is that opportunities are placed in front of you that seem extreme, that for you, they seem out of the ordinary, or what the fuck just happened. And you have to ask yourself, okay, well, where is this leading me? What is this bringing to my path? What is this bringing to my end destination? What is this bringing to my hopes and dreams and plans for the future? And so ask yourself those things, because shit happens all the time. The universe is a hysterically huge place, and shit happens all the time where, because we are involved with each other, because we are involved with the world around us, those influences affect us and change things and give them an added richness, an added spice, an added flavor. And so make sure that you're not just sitting there going, oh no, fuck no, too dangerous, or too much of a change, or too big of a difference, can't do it. Ask yourself, which deity, which ancestor, which guide is putting these in my position. Or for those of you who don't believe in anything outside of humanity or, the science, then ask yourself, okay, well, then that's fine. This shit happened. Where is this going to direct me next time? What is this going to push me to? Where is this turning my path? And how is it going to work for my life? Because you don't want to just sit there and say, fuck no, when you haven't even analyzed as to whether or not it's a benefit to you, if it's going to increase something in your life. So, yes, I do recommend that film, definitely. And then the other thing is, I definitely recommend expanding your horizons for your own life and allowing yourself to be open to the possibility that shit is going to come in and kind of put a dent in the things that you are planning, and yet those dents aren't always a negative thing. So, I think that's it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And much love, many blessings. I'll talk to you soon.